That'd probably fix it. So, now that I got the everything in the oven and everything going, I'm going to start thinking about plates, things like that. Because I want to make it beautiful. Everything I do. Not just stuff I do at work, but everything. I always strive to give it an aesthetic beauty. Even if it's a grilled cheese sandwich, I want it to make it look like the most dank, delicious grilled cheese sandwich ever. I'm going to start kind of picking stuff up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the OBS right now. I really don't. Sometimes the camera works, then you activate it, you deactivate it, it doesn't work anymore. And yeah. So we definitely have some growing pains to get through, but yeah. Here's your ham snacks.
Yes.
We lost our viewer base. That reset ruined the whole night.
Oh, it's fine. And now we bring you up cleaning.
Yeah. Still not a single person in here watching. Oh, hey. So yeah, I'm just sort of cleaning up, and then I'm going to get ready to start plating, because we're getting to the final countdown. The final countdown. How come you can't figure out how to play music yet?
Sorry, guys!
Growing pains.
I'm the worst, apparently. But I am free, so...
Yeah, well, you know. You're just...
Well, okay.
you and OBS over there.
Damn it.
Time for some 0-calorie Winco brand, off-brand stuff. Energy drink. Tastes like Red Bull. Just a tiny bit of piss.
What?
All right. How is the food cooking?
Oh.
Britt's back.
Oh no.
Oh no. The ball is back.
Oh, and Duvall made your mac and cheese.
Nice. I'm so glad that worked out for you, man. That's what the whole show was about. All right. Are we ready to look at food?
Yes.
Is the food ready for us? I don't know. Find out next time. Op9 opens the fridge. I mean, oven.
I bet you somebody would totally watch a 24-hour stream of someone randomly opening up a fridge.
So that's basically like just watching you when you're stoned?
Yeah, basically.
Man.
But I think it's a good idea. I mean, I think there could be a lot of viewers in this.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, I skinned off the top of that one. Now it looks really dumb.
See? Brittany said she would watch that.
I bet you would, Brittany. I bet you would.
Watch other people open their fridge.
Nope, still nothing in there. So I'm just dropping a little bit of salt and a little bit more pepper on here because I tasted this topping and it's not the greatest. We probably should have added more in there in the beginning of the process, but I don't think it's going to ruin it too much. Now, you can see the difference in color between the two. Man, our pan-seared one is perfection. The one that was just baked, it looks goopy and gross. So, the moral of the story is don't be afraid of a little bit of oil. It's going to do you real good in the end. This one, I don't even know. I don't know what to do with that. I'm going to throw it back in the oven. Now, I've got my oven racks all stupid right now for no reason.
That would be my fault.
Apparently, Thekus thinks that we need 2 racks all the way on the bottom and nothing on the top.
It's because I needed it at that level for the second one. There was no other place for the other one that was fine.
A likely story.
See, that's too tall now. Like, what are you going to bake it top of the broil area?
Well, actually what I was planning on doing was broiling the vegetables so that they get a little bit more crisp, and also this thing.
I just walked right into that.
Yep. Questioning your operative. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Questioning the op. Come on.
This is entitled Geocam over here.
Yeah, because, you know, Geo. There she was. There she is. All right. So we're kind of in a lull here. We need to think about things that we could possibly do at points when things are just cooking. I tried to cook things at different intervals to try and make it so that they don't have these long, boring parts. But I don't know. Maybe I should learn to dance or something, or tell some jokes. Hey, what's the deal with cornstarch now?
That sounds like a dad joke. Brittany says you can learn to juggle.
Juggle? Alright, ready? Look, I'm doing it. Jesus. That was a terrible idea, Brittany. Okay, what we need to do is my thermo over there?
Yes.
It's time to start checking thermometer temperature readings and getting a feel for if this stuff is cooked or not. And I have a handy dandy thermometer right here. Instant read. Now measuring the ambient temperature of the room at 77 degrees. It's pretty warm over here by the oven. Okay, first thing I'm going to check is this guy, because he looks about the most done. And as you can see, it's temping at 169 degrees. That's definitely enough.
You can't see it.
Okay, I guess you can't see. 177 degrees.
I can bring you over to the stove. If you
Quit it! Just change the camera.
I was trying to.
All right. We're having domesticals now on stream. Our temperature gauge says 165 degrees. You probably still can't see it, and I'm sure Thekus will let me know that.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
There it is. 164 degrees. Now, the temperature that I like to do is 155. That is way high enough. The problem with the USDA and all those people, they want to tell you to cook your poultry to 165, which is right on the edge of rubber. So anytime you guys have a turkey that you're cooking or something like that, and you're waiting for it to get to that magical number of 165 degrees, chances are your bird's going to come out dry. Unless you brine, which is another thing that we will definitely cover, because brining is important for all poultry. Alright, so that one temped out. Let's see how the ugly one came out. The ugly one is now sitting at, and the grand total is 155, but just barely. Let's try and get it further in the middle there. 157. So it's temping out properly, but I'm actually gonna broil it because I want it to look better than what it does. It just doesn't look very nice right now. So I'm going to attempt to use my broiler to try and get more color out of it. And I can also throw the veggies in there too. So, computer, broil, start. Dark horse in the house. Just pull. 155 and 160 is not too bad, but you know, as long as you cooked it well, and I'm sure you did, it'll come out just fine. I'm sure your chicken is great. Brittany's making chicken boob jokes. So, Garth, we got Dark Horse, sorry. We've got the new face cam, which is looking good when OBS wants to work. Unfortunately, OBS has really been throttling us today. We lost like 2/3 of our cams about 20 minutes in. We've been having rough time with OBS today. And it probably has something to do with the fact that I've got ridiculous microphones and about 4 cameras set up, so, I mean, you never know. But we are right about to plate. I'm just finishing things up in the broiler right now, so we can get some good color on it. And then I'll take you guys over to plating, and we'll pretty much be done. So I'm going to check my broiler right now. She's starting to whirl up. So today, if you didn't know, because all of our stuff went off again, we're doing chicken cordon bleu. I'm doing a roasted vegetable and potato medley that you can use for your Thanksgiving, which is super good. It's got bacon and brown sugar, and it's delicious. And I'm also doing a Tuscan style stuffed chicken. That's stuffed with various different cheeses, Parmesan, Colby Jack, and what else do we put in there? Just a little bit of mozz. It's got sun-dried tomatoes in it, and it's got spinach. So that's cooking up right now as well. And yeah, it smells amazing in here. The old school OBS. I'll have to look into that. OBS Studio, I like the layout. It was easy to learn, but it's been kind of getting weird on me. Alright, so you guys can't see it, but the broiler is cranking hard right now. And I really have to keep my eye on it to make sure that the things don't burn. Because once they're in the broiler, you got maybe 2 or 3 issues. I'm reading the chat at the same time. You got 2 or 3 minutes before it starts to get some serious color on it. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and tempt the Tuscan chicken, which probably hasn't been in there long enough. Yeah, that Tuscan chicken's only temping out at 116, so I'm definitely going to want to get that in there for longer. Kind of close it up. So the roasted vegetable medley has rutabagas, turnips, and onions, and all different kinds of marble potatoes. So the marble potatoes are the ones that are different colors. Purple Peruvians, the red ones, and also Yukon Golds. So, yeah. All right, now for the Tuscan chicken, I'm actually going to do a little bit of sauce. And I got this delicious pizza sauce from Trader Joe's. I'll show it to you. Of course, we can make our own sauces in a later episode if you'd like. Tomato is one of the mother sauces. So, what's wrong? But tomato is one of the mother sauces. But I got this Mazzetta pizza sauce. And it's really good. It's really tangy and natural tomato flavors. Not a lot of added sugar. This is the keto one that I could think about. The best keto one I could think of. And if you look there, that's the ingredient list of sorts.
It's out of focus.
It'll come into focus. We'll give it a sec there. Come on. Come on. Whatever, it's good for you. Fucking A.
Brittany says you could show her how to make a good Alfredo sauce.
I could show you how to make a good Alfredo sauce. And actually, if you go back and you watch the very first episode that we did, it had a sauce called bechamel in it, which is a mother sauce. And that sauce added with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and I would say, depending on how much you're making, a dash of nutmeg and salt and black pepper. And that is a delicious Alfredo sauce. But yeah, so those past episodes I think are going to come in really handy for us when people need to know how to make certain things. But if we continue to work on the mother sauces, it's going to be great. Let's see if I can get this moved back a little bit. Constantly fighting with this camera because it's literally held up by duct tape. So that looks a little better. You gotta make something for a potluck. Well, what do you think other people make at potlucks usually? Like, I don't know. What do people make at potlucks?
Oh gosh, they usually make the whipped cream grape thing.
Oh, yeah. That's that ambrosia, they call it.
And they usually make some sort of taco salad made with Doritos.
Doritos taco salad. Nice.
And,
stuff you won't eat.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite, what's your favorite, like, I don't know, what time of year is it? It's late. When is this thing going down, Brittany? The ball with the link on the first one. Near Christmas, man. So you got like all kinds of delicious things that you can make for that. These vegetables that we're making in this episode would be perfect for that. Nice side dish. Let's see, what else could we do?
Strawberry whipped cream pie.
Strawberry whipped cream pie.
Woo!
Should we do a dessert episode?
We should do a dessert episode.
We should do a dessert episode soon.
In fact, we should do a dessert episode that's divided over a course of like a month.
Oh. There they are. Okay, that came out perfect. Let's see how this came out. Not as sucky. And that is how fast the broiler works. I'm going to go ahead and pull that back. We're going to go back to 375 on our regular so we can finish cooking that. OBS, welcome back Bear Grylls, by the way. OBS, We had to do a little reset, but we got a good amount of our cameras back. The cutting board camera is not working anymore, but we're not really using it for anything, so we're all good on that one. And the face cam works again, so that's cool. Right now we're just pulling out finished products, and we're about ready to get a plate going. All right. So these vegetables, which you can't see because I don't have them out. These vegetables have got some good caramelization on them. They're definitely cooked through and they're ready to plate. And this is going to make the basis of our plate. Just going to go ahead and grab up some of the goodness there. And we're going to plate it right in the center. We want to build kind of like a little stack. This is going to be the launching point for the rest of our plate. And since we're going to have, we don't have 3 things, so we only got the 2, so we're going to give it a good portion. Anything, any little gremlins on the side, any little grease you can pull off. Get 2 plates going. Definitely want to get some bacon out of there. That's the best part. Actually, honestly, I think the Brussels sprouts are probably the best part in this.
Brussels sprouts are dank.
So yeah, we're going to get a nice, good portion of that. Clean up the edges here. Normally I would do this with the microfiber towel, but I'm in my home. So, alright, next we got to figure out what we're going to do with the chicken. We can cut it in half to get all that goodness out of the middle, or we can keep it whole. I think for the sake of the stream, we're going to cut it in half just so that you can see what it looks like in there. And it's actually really beautiful.
I'd rather eat spinach than Brussels sprouts.
You'd rather eat spinach than Brussels sprouts? That's crazy. You just haven't had good Brussels sprouts, madam. I'm the guy who can give them to you. Alright, so now we got all these little cheese pieces on the side here. You got to be careful with the ones that are open sideways because you don't want to just pull it out of the pan and have it all the middle part rip out. So I'm going to cut this on a bias, which means diagonally. And make sure it's all the way cooked through. All the way cut through, sorry. We know it's cooked through. And this is what you have inside. Perfectly cooked, so it's not all the way white, like dried out like that. So a lot of the moisture still holding from the ham and the cheese.
It's hard to see it.
This one probably could have had a little bit more cheese in it. Here, let me see what happens when I do this.
It comes in a little bit better. You can always try the other camera too. You can always try the face cam.
So yeah, as you see, cooked perfectly. So then what I'm going to do in my plating is I'm going to set the first piece directly on there. Then the second piece, since it's on a bias and it has those cool angles, I'm going to go ahead and angle that one upwards this way. Alright? So now we have a dish that is formally plated. And if I had any kind of sauce, any kind of, gosh, I don't know. You can even do like a nice Charon. Charon sauce is hollandaise with tomato added. So a nice Charon would go really well on that. But it's really good. We don't honestly need a sauce on this specific one. It's well cooked. It's juicy. I'm going to give it to Thekas right now because she's starving. And if I keep holding it, she's probably going to kill me. So, little knife and a little fork, and we're going to zoom that right over to her. I'm going to cut mine up. So our hybrid Cordon Bleu is finished. This is way less. Hollandaise with what again? So Hollandaise, the sauce Charon is Hollandaise with crushed tomato. So you can actually add more to that sauce if you like, but that's just the base of it. So Hollandaise and the crushed tomato. All right. Here we go. Move over. All right, guys. So, our first meal is finished, and we are going to give it a try. See what's up.
Can't bear it.
All right. So, Cordon Bleu.
It's nice and juicy.
Mm-hmm. Now the breading is light. It's not crispy like you would want it. I mean, I guess it's not soggy, but it's not extremely crispy, and that's just because of the lack of gluten. But it's a small price to pay for cutting out the excessive carbs that you would get in a dish like this. You can actually feel good about eating this. The potatoes are delicious. They actually have kind of a sweet quality to them from the brown sugar that...
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh no, guys.
Delicious. They soaked up that bacon flavor. This is the rutabaga and the parsnip. Also delicious. So, remember, we still have our Tuscan chicken that should be just about ready. So I'm going to go eat this bite, and then I'm going to go check that. All right. Operative 9 back on the stove. Let's pull out that Tuscan chicken. Man, looks gorgeous. Pull out that Tuscan chicken. Get a temp on it. It might not be done. These are thick, thick chicken breasts. It is climbing 153. So that one's stuck at 153. This one's at 160. It's ready to go. I'm just going to get a couple more readings from some different places. Yeah, okay. That one says 152. So there's still some cold spots in this one. So we're going to go ahead and throw it back in for a good 5 minutes. Technically with carryover temperature. Now the carryover principle is the thing that we should go over as well. Carryover heat is a theory, well not a theory, it's a fact scientifically, that when you pull out meat that's been cooking in intense heat, it will actually raise up to 10 degrees. So if I pull out a chicken at 150, there's a good chance that that chicken will actually raise 10 degrees. And it's not 10 degrees every time. It depends on, you know, the temperature that it is in the space that you're working in and things like that. But you can actually depend on carryover continuing to cook at least 5 degrees, pretty much. So I could technically pull that chicken out at 150 degrees and then have it carry over 5 degrees and it would be perfect and juicy. But just to play it on the safe side, I'm going to continue to cook it for another 5 minutes. I'm going to eat this rutabaga. We're back. Keep mooching. We're looking at the chat. So, aside from the complete mess that OBS has left us with, what do you guys think for the stream tonight? Think the food's coming out looking good? We still got a lot of stuff to work on for sure. What is that thing? The ball?
Looks like a ball.
It's like a turkey or something. Awesome. And this stuff's really easy to cook too. It's not. It doesn't take a chef to do this. It's really easy to do. The dog is thirsty.
It's a dude eating chicken. It's just a dude pretending to eat chicken.
It's a dude pretending to be a dude disguised as another dude eating chicken.
Oh man.
The bacon accents the vegetables so perfectly in this, and with the addition of the brown sugar. I don't know if you've ever had candied bacon, but it's basically bacon that's covered in brown sugar and maple syrup and then cooked off so that it turns like crispy and crunchy. It's kind of like that on a lower scale. That stuff is crap, by the way. I don't recommend it. You'll eat the whole damn thing. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I put a lot of pressure on myself doing this stuff, but I mean, I gotta figure, this is the second episode that we've done so far, and I love the support that we're getting, and I mean, I didn't even know what we were gonna cook until last night. I asked Young Warrior what he wanted me to cook, and I was like, yeah, I think I can do that. But we're going to have some more money. I get paid tomorrow, so we'll have some more money to actually play with stuff. But right now, we're just so broke. It's difficult. All right, Tuscan chicken is finished. Looks great. Let me see. So with chicken, I definitely want to tempt chicken a lot. I don't want there to be any undercooked poultry at all. And the problem with undercooked poultry, as you know, is salmonella. You get salmonella from undercooked poultry and eggs, and I've had it before, and I'll tell you, it's not fun. All right. I'm going to show you how we're going to plate this one up. We're going to use our same roasted vegetables. Bacon, roasted vegetables, all that deliciousness. Absolutely. Bear Grylls actually cooks his own bread. He's doing sourdough with sourdough starter.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it doesn't get any more scratch than that. So Bear Grylls is going to do some bread for us, and we can definitely do a grilled cheese episode for you.
Do I know something?
And you can come on. You know what?
Do I know Bear Grylls?
You have met Bear Grylls in passing. But I don't think you actually got sat down and had time together, no? Alright, so let's go with this guy right here. I like him. I'm gonna cut that right down the center. Let's see what we got. Could be raw. We don't know. Well, not raw, but it could be slightly undercooked. But my thermometer tells me that it is perfect, so I'm gonna believe him. And it's perfect. Look at that. Look at the juice coming out of that. Whoa. The juice coming out of that, it's actually sitting from the spinach. So the spinach soaked up all those delicious juices that came from the sun-dried tomatoes and all that. And now it's really holding it in there to keep it really moist. That's amazing. So we're going to go ahead and pull that out of there, and I'm going to show you how to plate this too. And this one, we got that sauce for it. So I'm going to plate that just like this. I want height. When you're plating for pretty things like food porn and shit like that, I know a lot of people like to snap what they're eating and things like that. And it really comes down to plating. Plating is important for making any food delicious, or look delicious anyway. So I'm going to try and mix this one and get it upright too. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that's a perfect angle right there. Almost looks like a little sandwich with chicken as the... Alright, I don't want to forget this little cheese blob right here. I'm going to put it right there. Alright, now we make sure that we don't have any, how you say, oil or errant grease or anything like that, or smudges on the plate. Because if you're going to take a picture of your food, it should be looking really nice, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to literally just kind of trail it around the outside. All those professional like pictures that you see taken, it's partially the camera and it's partially the same old tricks. And this is one of those tricks. Once I got it like that, I'm just going to kind of run my spoon through it and kind of move it around like that. Now, when you see the finished product, it's all about angles, right? So you look at it from this angle, and you got a nice angle there. You know, you got a nice 360-degree angle. Then you find the right angle that you want to picture it at. Like, I think, let's see, what's a good one? Like that, for example, right? You got the nice red in the front. You got a little bit of the opening. You got some of the vegetables in the back. I think that makes a pretty plate. But now we got to see what it tastes like. What's wrong, Thecus? Weren't you just complaining about how you were starving? Now you got to eat chicken. Eat it, eat it, eat it. What? Keeble, get out of my way. Okay. I only played it up one this time because Thecus is going to bitch out. I know it.
Whatever. Like half-pound chicken breast.
All right. Eat it! She can't bite it. It's too big. I'm going to eat it on my knife like a savage. Arr.
It's really hot, guys.
It is fresh from the oven. You haven't lived until you've eaten rutabagas with a knife. What do you think?
Good.
It's good, she says. That means it's terrible.
It doesn't mean it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. See, Thecus, I've been cooking for her since day one, so she's super jaded when it comes to food. She's like, yeah, it's all right. What about the steak? Remember what you told me about steak?
What?
Mm. That is hot, by the way. Thekus will not go out to get a steak. Instead, she goes out and buys the steak, and she makes me cook it for her.
I sometimes cook the steak. Don't let him think that he always cooks the steak. Sometimes I cook it.
And then she butters me up. She's like,
I make good steak.
She's like, I was gonna, but then, you know, you cook steak so good. I just...
Hey guys, I don't know if you guys ever been to like Outback Steakhouse or something, but that place blows. And every time I try to get a decent steak, it always is someone who overcooks it. And I'm sorry, but a steak is not meant to be well done.
Alright guys, well, unfortunately, I've run out of things to show you today. So we're a little bit, we're going to close a little bit earlier than we usually would. But I'm going to try and get more content for you. And we're going to come back tomorrow. I think tomorrow is a game day, right?
Yes. No, Thursday, I think.
Okay.
Thursday's your next day, I believe.
Thursday's my next day. That's going to be a game day. So I'm going to have to get that all set up, and we'll see if we can stream some games, and you can watch me suck at something for once. Oh! Anyway. Have a good night. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again. You're the best. Bye-bye.